Cole was the kind of guy people noticed without remembering why. Not loud, not weird enough to mock. Just off. His eyes always seemed to be listening to something else. His whole life, he felt like he was carrying an antenna nobody else could see. One night, unable to sleep, Cole wandered out to a dirt clearing on the edge of town. The kind of place where nothing usually happens. He tilted his head back and felt that heavy, crawling itch behind his eyes. The stars blinked, then rearranged. At first he thought he was losing it, but then he saw them, pods, dozens of them, each the size of a car floating in perfect stillness. They weren't glowing like movie UFOs, no dramatic beams or saucers. They were dull, ancient, scarred by time. They looked like stone relics chipped out of mountains, left hanging in the sky like forgotten fruit. Then something snapped tight in his mind. A connection, clean as a wire spliced to bare skin. His chest locked, his vision throbbed, and suddenly, he wasn't seeing the pods anymore. He was inside them. Not piloting, not flying, remembering. Images slammed through him. Wars that burned before humans had language. Oceans on distant planets where towers grew like coral. The feeling of being carried across light years in perfect silence. The pods had been here forever, waiting. Scouts, not war machines, drones. Left behind with one purpose, to listen until someone tuned in. Cole realized his oddness, that lifelong static in his head was the frequency they'd been waiting for. He wasn't chosen. He was compatible. One pod drifted lower, smooth as falling ash, close enough to see its surface breathing, patterns shifting like a heart monitor. A thin thread of light reached out, not to grab him but to splice him in. Voices, not words but currents, flooded his skull. The pods weren't here to invade. They were here to catalog, to record what humans are before entropy erases the page. And Cole? Cole was the scribe. Odd, the chorus said inside him. Not cruel, just correct. Something materialized in his hand. A shard of alloy that hummed with impossible weight. A tool, or maybe a weapon depending on how he chose to use it. The pods didn't care. They weren't moral. They were archivists. What mattered was the story he carried. Cole stumbled home with the shard, his head alive with fragments of alien history. And in the nights that followed, he learned what the pods wanted. Not prayers, not worship. Stories. Every time he gave them one, a memory of loss, a secret of love, a confession of loneliness, they answered with small impossibilities. A crack sealed before a bridge collapsed. A fever broken in a child who should have died. Coincidences that weren't coincidences. Cole's life didn't suddenly glow with purpose. He still fixed cars, still paid bills, still lived in the small town where nothing ever changes. But above him, the pods hovered in silence, patient as stones. He was no hero, no prophet, just the one man strange enough to hear the call. And when he looks up now, the pods are still there, waiting for more.